Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Young Howard wrote many stories and scripts.
Mr. Quackers was on his magic toilet.
But then one day he grew up and discovered alcohol and laziness, so he put his writing in the attic and forgot about it. 20 years later, Howard found his old stories and persuaded his lifelong friend Rufus to read them. Join Rufus and Howard as they embark on a mission to read everything he wrote, from the age of 5 until now, in The Worst Writer in the World.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, worst writer in the world. 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 He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Hello, Howard. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you
It's
doing?
been a while since I saw you here in this room, ready to record an episode of The Worst Writer in the World.
Yeah, well, I've been off in my travels in time and space.
Travels in
of course.
time and space. Did the doctor leave you a letter saying to meet him at the chip shop because he'd been tied up by Daleks and you had to go and be good at bricks at him? Is that basically
Pretty much, yeah. I got an invite to the TARDIS. I did.
Okay.
And we got out of it.
And how were your adventures in time and space?
Not too good because I
Really?
got David Tennant.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you were hoping for John Pear to win.
Yes. None of these modern ones.
Yeah,
None of these
Colin
modern
Baker.
pretty who's. I wanted an old man.
Old man, yeah. Oh, we all want an old man.
Yeah.
Or, a young woman, which is now the case, right?
Right, yes.
That it's okay to want a young woman now because Doctor Who is one.
Oh, okay. So it's fine.
I think that's how it works. Now we can
now.
we can stop wanting old men now.
I'm confused, isn't it?
If
That
we
what
want
Doctor
to.
Who was about, and now it's about
No,
this. Now
but-
it's okay to be like women.
I think it's okay to like women now.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
I think that's what Doctor Who has taught us, that we don't have to only like old men now, or young
fantastic.
pretty men,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
just men in general. That's now okay. One thing we should say actually is
yeah.
that we recorded this story, TARDISes 5, a Doctor Who story, before the news of Jodie Whittaker's casting came out. So we had no idea when we recorded this the exciting adventure that was going to be a female Doctor Who coming up soon, right?
I know.
So you may, if we sound very man-centric when we record this, it's because, as far as we were aware, they were never, ever going to be brave enough to cast a woman in that
You
part,
might
right?
discover within this, though, I was very, very progressive, and I've included a female time woman.
You've included a woman in it. Unusually for you.
But she's a time woman as
A
well.
time woman.
What do you call them? A woman. A time woman.
Time Lord. If Doctor Who can regenerate to a woman, then they're just Time
Well,
Lords.
no, I mean,
That's
no,
the deal.
Romana was a time lady.
Yeah, but but that was the 80s. It was a different time.
Yeah.
Everyone's a lord now. Anyway, enough of that. Enough about the TV show. Tell us, Howard, how old were you when you wrote the script for TARDISes 5, and why didn't you call it 5 TARDISes?
No, I was 13/14
Okay.
when I wrote this.
That's a weird age.
Basically, it's not.
13/14. My brother was 14. I used to stroke him. So you were around 13, just a little bit older than when you wrote the bus story, in fact, which is our most recent story, the mystery of the golden bus. We worked out you've been about 12. Now this one's 13, so
Yeah,
it's
now I'm
maybe
an adult
a year.
now, so I can write about Doctor Who.
You're much better. And why did you write this? What did you plan to do with it? Because we
Well-
know the golden bus, you hope to send it to a publisher and become the next Garden Gang person. But what about this one?
I guess with this one, I'd learned that Doctor Who had been cancelled. I thought, now's a good time. Now's a good time to write for that show.
Writing scripts. Yeah.
I think at the time the BBC still took unsolicited scripts.
Ah, right.
So yeah,
okay.
I would have sent them in.
Brilliant,
I guess
brilliant.
I must have sent them in.
Yeah.
I've no recollection of receiving a reply.
They probably decided they could ignore people like you.
Yeah.
All right, well, shall we get on with it then?
Okay.
So, what can you tell us about this one? It's called TARDISes 5.
I can tell you that it's got a bad title.
I quite like it.
Is there a cast list?
Yes, main characters. The Doctor, time and space traveller. He is also referred to as the present Doctor.
Wow, that's why.
Doctor 2, earlier incarnation of the above, also referred to as the other Doctor.
Why? Why not just like have one term for each?
Yeah, you haven't realised that really scripts should just have one name for each character, yeah. But you suss that out eventually, right?
No.
John!
Is it?
Yeah.
Hooray!
Time Lord Secret Agent,
Ooh.
initially called Man.
Oh, right, so he's got two names. This is what we're doing with this one. Everyone's got two names.
Sarah, Time Lady Secret Agent, initially called Woman.
I don't know whether you can say an initially named woman. I mean, that's not a name,
No,
is it? Yeah.
referred to as. You did that thing in the other script, didn't you, where you think of it like a story, so you don't want to reveal to the reader that it's going to turn out to be John, but then you've put it in the information page, so
Yes.
you've then tripped yourself up anyway.
Yeah, it ruins it. Doesn't it?
Yeah. Cyberlord, a golden coloured Cyberman. But you've underlined coloured, a golden coloured Cyberman.
Yeah,
Why?
because he's not made of gold.
Oh, okay.
Because then he'd be allergic to himself or something.
So you thought, I better put that in case they think I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
All right. Superior to all other Cybermen. I am the gold-coloured Cyberman. I am superior to you.
You can't use that voice.
No.
No. You've got to use that voice for two Doctor Who's already.
No. The Master. Whee!
Whee!
An evil renegade Time Lord, old enemy of the Doctor.
I'm glad that I felt the need to tell the BBC
Who the Master
was, who Doctor Who was.
Computer. Can talk and belongs to the Cyber Lord.
Can talk.
President.
I mean, yeah, I assume it can talk if it's in the cast list.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like
Computer.
listing props.
Is a box.
Yeah. Shoes.
Wall. Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised you haven't put the TARDIS in. That's basically a character in your stories, isn't it?
Yeah.
V Prezi. V Prezi, the Vice President of Gallifrey.
I had a weird thing about saving ink, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like make weird abbreviations. Oh, I can save myself some ink now.
Companion, the companion of the Doctor. I don't know
Hey.
if you can guess who that's going to be. Companion 2, the companion of the
I
other
wonder if his
Doctor.
name's going to be John, just to confuse it with John, the Time Lord Secret Agent.
Other characters: Cyber Leader, 3 Cyber Lead, so Cyber Lord, Cyber Leader, 3 Cyber Men, 6 Time Lord Guards, Mother, Boy, a Barman, 4 Vicious Thugs. Give us all your money. 2 Policemen, a man who works at the police station. A policeman. 2 policemen and a man who works at the police station as a policeman.
Yeah, I think that means desk sergeant, but I didn't know what one
or
was.
a cleaner.
Yeah, it could be, couldn't it? Yeah.
15 citizens
Could
of
be a burglar.
Earth. Yeah. A man who steals from the police station. 15 citizens of Earth. They're just
15,
walking
yeah.
around in a group. Who are you? We are citizens of Earth.
15 of us.
Props.
Props?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
really
they-
good of me, isn't it? That?
List the props, and there's not many for such a long story.
Yeah.
2 police boxes.
I thought it was called TARDISes 5.
3 toilets men's. 3 toilets men's. Ladies and disabled people.
3 toilets, men's, ladies, and disabled people.
Oh wow! Check out your punctuation here.
I
Just
don't need to check it out. It's perfect.
have a look. See if you can suss that in. Why you've chosen that organisation of things.
I don't know where I'm looking. 3
See, even you can't take that seriously. Can't justify that semicolon.
That was probably an accident.
Yeah. Let me tell the listener what you've done. Okay, now try and picture this in your mind, listener. 3 toilets hyphen men's semicolon ladies comma and disabled people's dash semicolon. Lots of computers. Gliding robots. Gotta have. I want there to be lots of gliding robots in my story, please. Could you get more gliding robots?
Yeah.
And also,
They probably have plungers coming out of them as well, don't they? These gliding robots.
yeah. And also, several other small objects are needed. Good prop list there. And other stuff. Just read the script. What you're doing. I couldn't be bothered. Page 1. Doctor Who, TARDISes 5. We see a control room.
Do we?
The Oranthrans are here. No.
They have an evil stare.
I doubt it was going to be that good at the beginning, because I mean that one started so well with the evil stare. I can't imagine it's going to be as good.
So you can't trap that old lightning in a bottle twice, can you?
That's true. You've got to get new lightning in a different bottle.
Yeah.
Let's hope there is some. We see a control room. There are 3 Cybermen gathered round a type of standing coffin. Okay, it's pretty good. I have to admit,
That's like a sarcophagus.
pretty good start. A type of standing coffin, like a coffin with legs. Cupboard.
Yeah.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's wrong to pick a coffin because it's a thing that doesn't stand. So,
Yeah,
like,
so you've got the
any other thing that does stand up is like that, rather than.
And a coffin is like a cupboard. So it's basically there's 3 Cybermen gathered round a cupboard.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Not on the props list, is it? That
No.
Add cupboard.
That's one of the other small things.
Yeah, it's a small
A
cupboard.
few other small things, a sarcophagus. Yeah. Light sits on the top.
Ooh. It's a TARDIS.
No, a light sits on the top. It starts to flash. The coffin whirs. It opens out. Inside, we see, is a golden-coloured Cyberman.
Ah.
So this is the Cyberlord's sarcophagus or whatever. He is attached by several wires to the inside of the tomb.
It's a tomb now.
Yeah,
I've obviously seen Tomb of the Cybermen.
Tomb of the Cyberlord. Next, we see the Doctor inside the TARDIS. He has a long tube quite thick with buttons on it.
Put it away, Doctor Who. What you got that
What
out
the
for?
hell is that? He has a long tube quite thick with buttons on it. He fiddles with the thing. His companion enters the room. What you got there?
Brilliant.
What you got there, Doctor Who? Says Jamie.
Yeah.
The Doctor pauses as if waiting for a drum roll, and you've spent roll like the roll you get in a film.
Yeah.
So like waiting for a drum to get a part in this film. The Doctor pauses as if waiting for a drum roll. Is my supersonic screwdriver. Oh, thought it might be something interesting. It is interesting. Doesn't sound it. I mean, we've got a screwdriver back home. This isn't just a screwdriver. This is supersonic. It can undo locks.
Yeah, it's a supersonic.
Yeah, a regular screwdriver can't do that. And on this new improved one, I can crack codes and even mend things.
Oh, Stephen Moffat's seen this.
Yeah,
script.
screwdriver that can mend things. Amazing. Really? Perhaps you could mend the TARDIS then and get me back home? It's not that improved. Besides, I don't know what's exactly wrong with it. We see the Cybermen's control room again. The golden Cyberman is glowing.
Oh.
And the 3 Cybermen are gathered round a computer. Thousands of alien words are flashing across the screen. One of the Cybermen is typing as well. We see another of the Doctors.
Because I don't know which Doctor Who's going to be playing it. You know, I'm assuming the BBC are going to make this, and it'll be the present Doctor and our previous, whichever one they can get.
Right,
Hopefully Colin Baker, but you know. But it's up to you who it is now.
Yeah. We see another of the Doctors. He is also in his TARDIS. His companion walks in. When are we going to land, Doctor? We won't be landing. We're going to materialise in about 5 minutes, said John Pertwee, Doctor Who. Great. What's it going to be this time, Doctor? Pardon? You know, Daleks, big green ugly monsters, Cybermen. What makes you think we're going to meet any monsters? Well, we always do, don't we? Again, here we have you doing that thing that you used to like doing, which is having characters comment on kind of aspects of the show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the companion saying, we always get in trouble, we always meet monsters. Every week we seem to meet a new monster, or every 4 weeks, you know. I think that's something you like to do.
Anything I used to do when I was 13, people think is a good idea now, whereas I think it's a terrible idea.
We see the Cybermen again. This time, there are 4, though.
Brilliant.
The Cyber Leader has joined
three
them.
wasn't enough, was it? You know, 3
No.
pointless Cybermen that say nothing and do nothing.
Yeah, the Cyber Leader has joined them.
Okay,
So
good.
that's why you need... Right, so how do Cybermen talk?
Originally they used to be like, I'm a Cyberman, but that's really difficult to understand.
Yeah.
So then they just started doing Darth Vader impersonations.
But
Sounds
I'm
like
already doing that as
Tom
Doctor
Hanks,
Who. So,
yeah.
How did you do you used to do an impression of them in, like... What was that?
Yeah, that's
Excellent.
Oh, I have found the ones from the TARDIS.
From the ones from the TARDIS.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Who's that? That was Bane. I started sounding a bit like Bane.
I found the ones from the TARDIS.
Yes, good. Do Bane.
Okay. I won't be able to keep that for long.
Cyber Bane.
Yeah, okay.
But when will the ultimate Cybermen be completed? When will the ultimate Cybermen be completed?
So that's the Cyber Leader. Cyber Leader is a kind of tired Bane.
Right.
When will the ultimate Cyberman...
Who's that now? I have no idea who that is. What was the voice again? You could do me your impression, your regular impression.
Okay.
I have found the ones from the TARDIS.
Okay, yeah.
Excellent.
When will the ultimate Cyberman be completed? According to calculations, he will be complete in 2.5 universal minutes. Have there been any problems? No complications. This is good. Inform me when he is complete.
Well, he's going to be complete in 2.5 universal minutes. Weren't you listening, you fucking moron?
No, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
but he's not got a watch, so he
I
needs
was
someone to
having a
tell him.
milkshake. I wasn't listening.
I don't know.
I was having a milkshake. I wasn't listening.
He is now. All right.
The Cyber Leader.
The Cyber Leader goes to leave, but the tomb suddenly explodes.
Ooh.
The Cybermen go to see if the golden Cyberman has been damaged. The Cyber Leader also goes to see.
Yeah, he goes to sea, though. That's spelled S-E-A, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going for a little float around now. What has happened?
He's a fucking... Who let him be leader? When you were in the room with us.
There has been an overcharge of granithor power.
Granny Thor! Yeah. No, it's Thor's grandma, come from space with a big hammer.
You left your hammer at home, love.
Oh, Grandma, stop embarrassing me.
Well, you shouldn't leave your big hammer around my kitchen, should you?
Granny Thor. Brilliant. Is that so? I take it that's not a thing. That's something you've invented, right?
Yeah, presumably.
And when I say a thing, I mean a Doctor Who thing. I know it's not
That's
a thing.
hard. That's just me writing hard sci-fi.
Yeah. That is
It's going to
some
be like
seriously
20 pages of dialogue dedicated to what Granny
Granny
Thor
Thor power is and how it works. And
How is it possible that the Granny Thor power's not working? I worked very hard on that Granny Thor power. You got plugs into space.
directly into space.
Yeah, that's how Granny Thor power works. She's got a plug just plugged into space.
Yeah, you haven't understood what hard sci-fi is. Write an explanation of Granny Thor power. It plugs into space. Right, I've written some hard sci-fi, everyone.
What has happened? There has been an overcharge of Granny Thor power. Damage report. No critical damage. An override in left arm reflex.
An override.
An override. Although it's only got one R in override, so it may be a viridi.
Yes.
Suddenly, the golden Cyberman breaks out from its tomb. It blasts the 4 Cybermen away with ease. Oh, they're all dead.
With ease.
Well, yeah.
Let's get fucking loaded, guys. Here, have some of this. Do you like that?
Yeah. It then heads towards the computer console and begins typing in a stream of complicated figures and digits. Figures and digits, that's the same.
Figures and digits.
Yeah, because that's both for numbers. Figures, it means...
Well, not figures like space alien
Space figures, okay.
Yeah.
We next see the Time Lords, 2 of them, watching this very same scene of the Golden Cybermen on a scanner.
Oh, a scanner. A
Scanner in the 80s, a scanner was like a monitor, right?
Yeah.
Not something you scan pictures in with or whatever.
When I was younger, scanners were those people that made your head blow up.
Yes.
So they're looking at Michael Ironside,
yeah,
right?
they're
And watching the playback on Michael Ironside.
They are wearing their official clothes as president and vice president.
Oh.
And so you see, the Cyberman's ultimate has malfunctioned of a kind. It has the power of logical and non-logical thought.
Right.
So it can be all like, I want a biscuit, I'll go to the biscuit tin. Or it can be like, I want a biscuit, penguin sausages, fish and bananas. It has the power of illogical thought.
Not illogical comedy. It's not like you're saying it can do.
It's surrealism, that's what it can be a surrealist. Logical
I think what
thought.
it's saying is it's basically like a 13-year-old kid.
So yeah, it's like a human. It's got it's not just a machine, it's not just a robot. It can think
Yeah.
creatively or whatever.
Yeah, which of course they could do anyway. Actually,
Yeah.
Back then they were people with actual brains, so
Right.
it's got the power that all fucking Cybermen have got.
But it's gold. Yeah. Okay, that's what they've said.
Yeah.
And it is extremely intelligent. It is now on the planet Earth preparing a gigantic drill to find something or other, which no doubt will be a threat to the whole universe.
Yes.
So that's weird, isn't it? So they don't know what he's looking for, or why he's looking for it, but they have no doubt it'll be a threat to the whole universe.
Definitely going to be a threat.
What if he's just like looking for underground, like apples or something? He just really likes underground apples, also known as potatoes, and he's just got a drill and he's getting some potatoes.
I don't know, they're jumping to conclusions,
They are,
aren't
aren't
they? They've got the power of jumping.
Which no doubt will be a threat to the whole universe. But what are we to do? I sent a Time Lord agent after him a week ago. Unfortunately, I have heard nothing from him, so I must assume the worst. So I think we'd better send 2 of our best agents. So, if you'll get onto that now, Bolifrey. Oh, and while you're at it, get a couple of doctors as well. Doctors? Sir. You know, Bolifrey, the renegades. You know, Bolifrey, the renegade.
You know, Bolifrey. Stoner Type 40 TARDIS.
Yeah, no, the reason I know that, but the reason I was emphasising no is because you'd underlined the word no, and therefore clearly I had to go, you know, Bolifrey. That was your direction from 13-year-old Howard.
Yeah.
We see the Doctor. He is lying under the control console. Now, this happened in Siege.
Trying to fix the convenience.
Control wires are hanging from it, and the Doctor keeps pressing buttons on his supersonic screwdriver. His companion stands beside the Doctor with a smug.
Do you like my smug, Doctor Who?
It is a lovely smug. So, which one is it? Okay, it is
Picked
that
it
one.
up on the planet of the Smugs. Take me home to Smugland.
Even men's things does it, Doctor Who. I think we should perhaps replace the word mend with ruin or sabotage even. There is suddenly a loud buzzing noise. The Doctor jumps up, banging his head on the control
Space
console.
bees.
Yeah. He crawls out, gripping his head. And checks over the control console. He spots a flashing light.
Here, hold this head for a moment. I've got to look at something. No, wait.
Yeah. I'm afraid you'll have to get off now. What? It was only a joke, Doctor Who. I didn't mean it really. Don't worry, my dear. I think maybe that's supposed to be a female companion. Don't worry, my dear Jamie. I'll pick you up later. I'm afraid that the Time Lords are calling me and you cannot come. Why not? Rules. Yeah, it says rules. That is the rule of Doctor Who. Oh, if only it said that is the rule of Doctor Who. I'm going to write it in. Why not?
That
is the rule of Doctor
Bolifrey Who. He's my brother, you know.
Yeah, everyone on Gallifrey is my brother. My proper name is Ductilifrey Who. Okay, there is a wheezing, groaning sound. The TARDIS noise. And and on some planet or other, the TARDIS materialises. I just can't be bothered to be specific. The Doctor talks to some companion or other in some TARDIS or other about something or other. The Cyberman has got some plan or other to defeat something or other with something or other, which is probably a terrible thing for some universe or other. The Doctor's companion steps out. The Doctor also steps out. He looks about, sniffs. He then searches through his pockets, brings out some notes and hands them to her. Because he wears a skirt. He doesn't know Jamie's a boy. Still. Bye. Take care. I'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes. What? Forget it. Here, take this. The Doctor takes a square black box from his pocket and hands it to her. It'll tell me where to find you. The Doctor goes back into the TARDIS. TARDIS, yeah. It's the most TARDIS of all TARDISes. The TARDIS. The Doctor goes back into the TARDIS, arm last, so he can wave. The Doctor goes to the TARDIS, arm last, so he can wave. Brilliant. I love the way you write sentences as a kid.
What's wrong with that sentence? It's a good sentence.
It's just, I mean,
Doctor
it's
goes
just
to the TARDIS arm last, so he can
so
wave.
he can wave. His companion waves back as the dematerializes. I think it means TARDIS, not just the arm. The other,
Yeah, no, the arm's left behind because it wasn't inside the TARDIS.
yeah.
Shit.
I must stop doing
that. That's 6 arms I've lost in the last month.
I've got to use more David Tennant
power,
regeneration power to get it back.
Squeeze out another arm, yes.
So, Howard, there is a gold Cyberman made of gold and
Yes.
causing trouble, right? The Time Lords need to stop that gold Cyberman.
What are they going to do?
Well, they can't get involved themselves, can they? They're not allowed. They're like, I can't go to other planets because of this big collar I've got. I can't get through doors.
Yeah.
I go to another planet.
I can't get through passport control with this big collar on.
They won't let me. Yeah. So they're like, but who's a Time Lord we know who doesn't wear a big collar? And they're like, well, what about Doctor Who? And they're like, yeah, but he's going to need someone to help him. What if we get... Who else do we know? What other Time Lords do we know that don't wear a big collar?
Well, actually, John Pertwee does wear a big collar, doesn't he?
Yeah, right, but not one that stops him getting through doors.
Yes.
Not a big stiff collar. He
Not
wears a
stiff
big
collar.
floppy
He
collar.
wears a floppy collar. He's famous for it.
All right, so they're all like, well, let's get
John
Doctor...
Floppy Collar Pertwee.
That is why they call him that. You're absolutely correct. So they're all like, well, what if we get Doctor Who?
Yes.
And Doctor Who
Yes, good
to
plan.
help him. And like, even though that breaks all the Time Lord rules and everything, then we'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
And they can solve the problem for us. So that's what's going on at the moment. All right, let's see what happens next.
Yes, let's.
The other Doctor and his companion are leaning against the control console when the buzzing sound rings out and the light begins to flash. The Doctor looks at it, then frowns. Companion? What's up, Doc?
Why have you let my fucking name yet?
Give me shit. Barbara.
Get out of my TARDIS.
Yeah. You hear that buzzing sound?
Oh, Space Bee.
That's gonna eat you. How can I miss it? Well, it's a call from Gallifrey. So you have to get off here. Why? Well, the rules are no outsiders may tread on the floors or ground of Gallifrey unless they've been invited. So invite her then. You've been invited. Yes, but you haven't. I'll stay in the TARDIS then. Okay.
All right.
But you better not leave it. Mumbled. How come I never thought of that?
Because you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Doctor Who's an idiot.
Stupid tree pig.
Yeah.
On Gallifrey, we see a corridor lined with black tall posts. Tall black posts, should be. Black tall posts. All right, so we see the president, the vice president, and 6 guards. Oh, I hope they all say something.
Ah, yeah.
They wait for about 10 seconds.
All right, that'll be interesting TV.
Yeah. That's true, yeah.
Should we just wait for 10 seconds?
10 seconds
so we
silence
can
just waiting.
Enjoy it, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's true. Then there is a double wheezing. Groaning sound. Okay, that is a comment. Then there's a double wheezing groaning sound and 2 more tall black posts materialise. Moments later, a tall man steps out of one and a tall woman steps out from the other. Okay, this isn't the Doctors. They walk up and greet the party of 8. They all walk off. That was a scene.
Oh, wow.
The 10 Time Lords enter a dining room and the 2 presidents and the man and woman sit down at a dining table. The guards leave the room. Why have you called for us, Your Highness? There is a new threat to the whole universe. The Cybermen have created an ultimate Cyberman. That's the end of that scene. Okay.
Oh, right, okay.
We needed to see them tell.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we'd be sitting there watching it going, but how does John know? Who told John? I mean, he's with the guy that knows, but who told him?
John, that's a classic Time Lord name.
Yeah. Is it John and...
Sarah, wasn't it?
Sarah, yeah. Probably from Sarah Jane. You just thought it totally different to call her Sarah.
Sarah John, yeah.
Sorry. Sarah and John.
Ah, Sarah John.
Brilliant. Well noticed. Okay, so Sarah John Smith. All right, so
I bet they are, but they do use that as their surnames as well. Yeah.
out in the corridor of black posts, we see two guards waiting about. An old, battered blue police box materialises. The TARDIS. The guards walk up to it, examine it, and begin to laugh. Seconds later, the present Doctor steps out, hears them laughing. I'll teach you to have a little respect for your elders. Here, take this. The Doctor chops both of their shoulders. They both fall to the ground. The Doctor mutters to himself, insufficient guards. Anyone could get...
Insufficient guards.
Yeah, because there were two of them and he chopped them. He chopped their shoulder.
That just means like not enough, doesn't it? Insufficient. Like we need more guards.
I think so.
Not that they were incompetent
because he's only got two hands, and if there'd been 50 guards there, he would have been able to chop all their shoulders.
Yeah.
Unless he used his David Tennant arm growing power and grew 50 arms and then chopped them all. Insufficient arms. There are 50 guards here. Quick, grow more arm power.
Hey!
Insufficient guards. Anyone could get in here and steal what they want. Yeah, if they have a TARDIS. But the only thing that's there is TARDISes. So they need a TARDIS if they want to go there and steal a TARDIS. That's just exchanging TARDISes. Now, which way do I go? When was I here last? Think I'd better wait for those chappies to wake up. Comedy. He needs them now. There is another wheezing, groaning sound, and another battered police box materialises beside the other. Hello! Hello? Hello? Who called in the cavalry?
What the shit?
Yeah, this is... What the shit? Who called in the cavalry? The caval me. Who called in the caval me? Inside the other Doctor's TARDIS, the other Doctor is laying his companion.
Yeah.
Down on a type of bed.
Yeah, he is.
When he has done this, he speaks. The other Doctor is laying his companion down on a type of bed. Sex bed. Regular bed. When he has done this, he speaks. In a second, you will fall asleep and will only wake up when I click my fingers. After all, we wouldn't want you leaving the TARDIS and getting lost on Gallifrey, would we? No, and you can't just tell companions not to, can you? That is true. He knows if you tell a companion to stay in the fucking TARDIS, they will leave it very quickly.
You should have chopped her on the shoulder.
Yeah. Although not in Candle of Ever, where he leaves Jamie and Zoe in the TARDIS, and they stay there because a Dalek puts a brick in front of the door. So
yeah, well, I mean that's different though, isn't it?
Yeah.
If the Daleks put a brick there,
they did try and get out, didn't they? But there was a brick in front of it.
Maybe he could have put a brick down.
Yeah, that's what he
could have got a Dalek brick and left it down.
Yeah. Anyway, you're feeling too sleepy to do that. Much too sleepy. Way too sleepy. His companion's eyes slowly close till she/he is asleep. Satisfied.
It's true. The other one was definitely a girl, and this one's we're not sure about.
Well, the other one was definitely Jamie, so he's like, that's definitely a girl because she's got a skirt on.
Right, so this one's wearing trousers.
But sometimes women wear trousers, and the Doctor Who is completely confused.
So this is in the trouser one.
Yeah, this is a trouser woman. Satisfied, the Doctor grins and leaves the room she is in. Outside the TARDIS, the Doctor watches as his younger self emerges, and it is his younger self, isn't it? My dear Doctor! I'm sorry, do I know you? Concentrate. The Doctor closes his eyes. The other Doctor then does likewise. Well, fancy seeing me here. What a pleasant surprise. Yes, it is rather, isn't it? Aren't I lucky? Not many people get to meet themselves so often. Yes, I am rather lucky, aren't I? Just out of interest, did I do that? The other Doctor points, and the Doctor follows his finger to the bodies of two twitching guards who are beginning to get up. Yes, I'm afraid I did. No change on the temperamental side, then? They were laughing at my TARDIS. They were laughing at my TARDIS. They said it was small and limp. Laughing at my TARDIS? Did you punch them one for me as well?
One for me, yeah. I can just imagine John Pertwee saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't not have done. After all, you are I. Another great Howard Centre classic.
You couldn't not have.
I couldn't not have done. After all, you are I. Of course, how silly of me. Are you calling me stupid? No. Well, yes. Well, no. Well, of a kind. I was calling myself stupid, therefore you were calling me and you stupid, and so was I. See? Simple, really. Oh, I do apologise. No need. I already have done. The two guards are now on their feet. They salute.
Welcome, Doctor. Greetings from the President. Now, if you'd like to follow us.
He's not going to mention getting chopped on the shoulder then.
No, they're fine with that. Sure. The guards lead off and both doctors follow, smiling to themselves or himself. Doing it in the fucking directions as well. Jesus. Okay, Howard, Doctor Who
Yes.
and Doctor Who have both separately basically got rid of their companions.
Yeah, bad idea.
Doctor Who has left his companion on a planet somewhere, and Doctor Who has drugged his companion in the TARDIS, right?
I mean, that's what he's famous for that.
He's roofied his companion.
Yeah, he's always getting him in.
And left him, stroke her, asleep in the TARDIS. And they've both arrived on Gallifrey for this big meeting with the Time Lords.
Yeah,
All right?
where they're going to pick up two new companions who are less good.
All right, so let's find out what happens on Gallifrey. We see the four Time Lords sitting at the dining table.
Dining table.
They are eating something.
Something.
They are eating something. Or other, probably. Something or other. They are eating something. So, this golden Cyberman is searching for something on the planet Earth. Boring little planet in the year the Cyberlord has landed in. 1992, I think.
And you wish us to discover his plans and report back here.
Correct. You'll probably be needing false identifications, so here you are. The Vice President hands them both a passport. They look at the passport.
Yeah, they'll need a passport if they're kind of like flying in TARDISes, won't they?
Joke coming up. Woman.
So, I am David Jones, age 32.
What? Here, give them to me. The Vice President grabs the passport, swaps them round, and hands them back to the two Time Lords. There you go.
So now, I am Sarah Fitzgerald. Very strange, but the Sarah is more recognizable. I had a friend once called Sarah. From the 4th galaxy. She was a rill.
Is that a thing?
There were rills in Galaxy 4.
Okay.
She was a rill. Now, I come to think of her, she wasn't really my friend. Didn't come from the 4th galaxy either.
What a shit.
Wasn't a rill, wasn't a woman, and wasn't called
Sarah.
Or is it Sarah there then?
No, it's Sarah, but I don't know. My
What about David Jones? David Jones is not
David
John,
Jones is the
it?
man, yeah.
So, I am now this David Jones. I do not like this name.
Oh, right.
I wish to be called, John. That is also an Earth name, is it not?
Yeah, but we've got a passport made with
Yes,
David Jones
seriously,
written on it.
Yes, okay, you will now be called John Jones. Though it does sound very strange. I will change the passport later on. It's a brilliant scene. Totally. It's amazing.
Fucking hell.
Why does he want to be called John? What the shit?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, just do. What does it matter? Just go to Earth and stop the Time Lord from drilling for something or other.
Yeah, stop worrying about whether you're called David or John.
I'm okay, I'll go and change the passport for you. It took us ages to get those made, though.
It'll take about 4 years.
Yeah.
Got to go to Earth and do it. Yeah, why do they need passports anyway? They're going to arrive at border control. Is that the idea?
You're going to land at the airport.
Hi, we're from space. I mean Spain.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the thing. It says passport, but it doesn't say, like, British passport. So it's probably just a Gallifrey passport.
Why don't they put their own names on it?
Yeah, you'd think so. So now, on to more vital points. You will go to Great Britain. Yeah, because that's the most important part of Earth. There you go. Go straight to London. King's Cross Station.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
Put
totally.
it on the Monopoly board.
The Cyberlord is somewhere near there. Okay, so in like the busiest part of London, there's a Cyberlord with a big drill and no one's noticed. You will meet the Doctor in a cafe called Jimmy's.
Who is the doctor?
Well,
And who's Jimmy?
well, they...
They? Do you mean to say you have broken the rule of no meeting yourself?
And it's got that in quotation marks. You mean to say you've broken the rule of no meeting yourself? The famous no meeting yourself rule? But that's a Time Lord rule.
When Mohammed came down from the Time Lord Mountain. Rule 1.
Mohammed?
Yeah, whatever. He came down and he wrote.
Moses, yeah.
He had the tablet, and it said, "No meeting yourself."
No meeting yourself. Rule 1, no meeting yourself. Rule 2, no selfing your meat.
Why does one of the Time Lords want to be called John so much? What's the Cyberlord drilling for in King's Cross? Is it trains?
What's the punishment for breaking the rule of no meeting yourself? Is it selfing your meat?
Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World. If you're a member of our Facebook group, which is called The Worst Writer in the World, then you may have noticed we've been asking a few questions recently. For example, we said, we all know that when Howard watched the Doctor Who movie, he cried and rang his dad. Right, we all know that, okay? So tell us about a time that a TV show made you cry.
What about you first?
Me?
TV show make you cry? I know that movies have.
Movies?
I know Miss Congeniality.
Miss Congeniality.
And Brigsby Bear.
And Brigsby Bear, famously, yeah.
I cry at most things, though, so I mean... It's not,
but you don't always ring your dad.
No, that's true.
That's what made that was the distinction that the Doctor Who movie had. You cry at everything, like absolutely every movie you watch.
Yeah.
I feel like I was almost crying earlier when we were watching Attack of the Clones. I was such boredom, and it was so painful.
Yeah, it's like being in A Clockwork Orange, isn't it? Where he's got his eyes fixed open, and he's forced to watch terrible things.
Absolutely, but I bet what he had to watch wasn't nearly as boring and didn't have Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
I don't cry often, and that's why I like to tell the stories of things like Brigsby Bear and Miss Congeniality. I'm happy that the things I cry at tend to be the things that you shouldn't cry at, you know. But the reason is, I think for both of them, the reason is because it's always happy endings that get me, and it tends to be at a time when I'm weakened in some way.
Yeah, I mean, when I was watching Doctor Who, I was getting punched at the time. I was being punched by a big man, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah." Paul McGann, his name was.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't think I like this new Doctor Who.
Yeah, and then he held a gun to my head and said, "Call your dad. Call him now."
Wow, this story's taken on a whole new disturbing thing.
Paul McGann is fucking insane.
That's why he kissed a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he is one.
Took me a second. I was like, what?
No, I mean, you know, he's recently regenerated into a woman.
Yeah, yes.
So what goes around comes around.
Yeah, it swings around about. Yeah.
All right, so Ryan Scully says, when my friend Gary was 3, he went to watch a live sooty show at Brighton Pier. It ended with the titular bear taking a rocket to the moon, and as an enthused Matthew Corbett encouraged the children to wave a heartfelt goodbye, Gary burst into tears under the belief that he would never see sooty again. Ben Shillito says, Dimensions in Time, the 30th anniversary, Children in Need Doctor Who / EastEnders crossover made my eyes water a bit when Sylvester McCoy was in 3D. All right, now I don't remember that well, so what does he mean? I know what he's talking about, but I don't remember it.
It's in 3D.
Oh, so
it was a 3D.
It wasn't like it was like until Sylvester McCoy, like at one moment, Sylvester McCoy suddenly went into 3D
Sylvester
and
McCoy
jumped out of Ben Shillito's TV show.
Started punching him, telling him to phone his dad.
No wonder he cried.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. No! It's over for another week, but we will be back with part 2 next Monday. But I'll tell you what, Howard. In the meantime, while I wait a whole week for episode 2, all I've got is rubbish other podcasts to listen to.
Not those other podcasts.
Oh my God, they're so dull.
I hate the people that host them.
I wish.
Yeah.
Right. I wish I had more Us to listen to.
I love Us.
Another Worst Writer show.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I tell you
yeah.
what I really wish. A really long episode.
A long one, yeah.
A really long, more than 2 hour long episode.
Maybe one with a pig in.
One with a time pig in. Oh, what if there was one called Time Pig?
Oh my God.
Where we read your choose your own adventure books that you wrote when you were a kid.
Does such a thing exist?
It does exist. And now,
Yep.
as a special one-off offer from now until the end of time, you can get it totally for free.
Oh my God, I get it for free?
Free if you go to manbycow.com/timepig. You can listen to it absolutely free right now or later. It's up to you. I mean, do what you want, all right?
I've got it!
Was it good? Did you enjoy it? Oh, it's so good. Okay. Brilliant. All right. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, Milk.
Goodbye, Milk.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.